Hello guys, and welcome to today's project of making Rhubarb Crumble. The ingredient list is in the description. This crumble is something you must try. It is a simple dessert to make your dinner guests go wow. The best part about these components is that you can prepare them in advance, so you don't have to rush when you are in need of a quick dessert. First things first, let's start with the filling. I know this is rhubarb crumble, but you will need some strawberries. Frozen strawberries will work well for this. You will need 500 grams of frozen strawberries and place them in a bowl. The next thing you will need is about 20% icing sugar of the weight of strawberries, which makes it at 100 grams. I am using icing sugar because it contains a little bit of starch in it, which is what I need in order to create the next part. And give that a mix. Wrap the bowl in cling film. Go around about 2 times with the cling film. Take a toothpick and poke a small hole in the corner. Now, take a large pot that's bigger than the bowl you just filled the strawberries with and fill that halfway with water. Place the bowl on top of the pot and bring to the stove. Turn on the heat to medium. We want the water to simmer and for the whole thing to last for 1 hour. After 1 hour, let's check on the strawberries. What this is doing is poaching the strawberries in its own juice, intensifying the strawberry flavor even more. Just look at the amount of juice that came out. Now take another bowl and we're going to strain the liquid. Keep the strawberries to one side for now. Just look at that sexy red liquid. Have a taste. Wow, what a punch of strawberry goodness. Just to show you, the strawberries are cooked slowly and they can still hold their shape. Have a taste of that too. That is so delicate. Just to recap the first step, you have your strawberry essence and poached strawberries separately. Now for the rhubarb. It looks like a red celery, but with so much more flavor and tartness. Cut the bottom and top off of the rhubarb. Have a little try of the rhubarb. Just warning you, it can be rather sour. Yep, I was right. That was very sour. Let's break down the rhubarb. Cut it into strips and then into decent sized cubes. The cubes don't have to be perfect. You will need about 580 grams of rhubarb. Cut the rest. Once you have cut the rhubarb, place it into a small pot. We want to add only 10% of icing sugar, which is 58 grams. Remember the strawberries had 20% icing sugar? This has to have only 10% because you are going to pour in the strawberry essence. Since the strawberry essence had already sugar in it, we don't want to add 20% of sugar to the rhubarb. Give that a mix. Bring that over to the stove and turn the heat on to medium to high. Once you see it boil, turn the heat down to a slight simmer. We cook the rhubarb with strawberry essence for 2 reasons. The first reason being, the red liquid will help keep the color of the rhubarb and only enhance it even more. You will see what I mean later on. Poach the rhubarb until you can stick a knife in it without any hesitation. This whole process didn't take too long. It took around 5 minutes. We still want the pieces of the rhubarb to retain its shape and texture. Otherwise, all you will be eating is mush. Now, in a separate bowl, take out the cooked rhubarb. Leave the liquid in the pot. And the second reason is that rhubarb and strawberries are good friends and that go well together as a flavor. It's like this. When you make a strawberry crumble and you think something is missing, it's rhubarb. And when you make a rhubarb crumble and you think, what more can I add to bring the crumble to another dimension? It's strawberries. Very simple. Also, if you think that combination is amazing, wait, I have a surprise for you. Remember that leftover liquid? We need to weigh it out, because all of that is flavor and we don't want to get rid of it. We are going to thicken it up. The liquid weight came to about 300 grams, so the ratio for the corn flour is 10%, which makes it 30 grams. And add double of cold water to that, which is 60 grams. Give that a mix. Pour that into the pot with the liquid. Let it boil and cook it out for 2 minutes. It will become thick and glossy. After that, take it off from the heat and set it to one side. Remember the poached strawberries from earlier? You can go ahead and mix that into the cooked rhubarb. Now is the surprise part. I'm going to add a splash, approximately about 30 grams of rose water. This will really elevate the entire dish and give it that floral note that you didn't even think was missing. Now, fold it ever so gently. Once you are done, wrap it and leave it in the fridge overnight to let the flavors really mature together. The next day. Let's get the topping started. In a mixing bowl, in goes 200 grams of plain flour. Then 4 pinches or 3 grams of table salt. 140 grams of porridge oats. Then 240 grams of cold cubed butter. 100 grams of Demerara sugar. 200 grams of light brown sugar. Take your paddle attachment and bring the bowl to the stand mixer. Turn the mixer on to medium speed. Stand there and don't go away. We just want to crumble it. If you go away, it might overmix. It will take a couple of minutes. That looks about right. Don't worry about any unmixed butter. You can always mix it by hand. Take a tray and spread about half the mix. Don't overcrowd the tray. Bake that at 170 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Then, take it out of the oven to give it a good mix. And then back in for another 5 more minutes, just to help it get some color. The reason I am baking my crumble now, rather than baking it raw with the filling, is to avoid the crumble from having undercooked parts. And with this method, I can cook the whole crumble a lot faster, and the fruits would still be able to hold its shape. If I were to cook the crumble from raw with the fruit filling would break down a lot faster, and what you would end up eating is just pulp. If you prefer bigger crumble pieces, just stir less. Now, after the crumble has been baked, you can set that to one side. Let's check on the rhubarb filling. This fantastic filling can also be used as a compote or jam for your toast in the morning. Make some toast and just sample that. That's just a simple but beautiful spread. After having your treat, let's assemble the full dish. Take a generous amount and fill the bottom of the dish. Next, spread an even layer of crumble. Place it in the oven at 170 degrees for about 15 minutes or until the sides of the dish does this. The crumble is screaming to be taken out to be enjoyed. Take it out and dust some icing sugar on the top. All what you have to do now is take some out in a bowl and pour some homemade custard sauce and enjoy it. Be careful though, it is still hot. Oh wow, that's just simply amazing. The blast in flavors, the crunch from the crumble topping, the strawberry, rhubarb and rose notes, it's just a symphony in my mouth with the help from the custard. Well, there you have it. Rhubarb crumble you won't regret making. As usual guys, it was a pleasure having you with me on this journey today. If you enjoyed what you watched, please leave a like, comment down below and subscribe to be notified of upcoming videos, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.